Hey guys, so another self-defense lesson. At the end of this video, I'll give you some tips on a sort of a remedy, a concoction that you make to drink and gurgle around in your mouth. A couple of things. I'll give you some tips that you should never have to go to the dentist again at the end. About 5 years ago, went to the dentist. The dentist told me that my teeth basically were, I had to make the decision. He said all I would have to do is to make a decision of whether I want to get them out all in one go or just wait till they sort of fall out. And that was 5 years ago. Haven't been back since. Haven't had a problem with my teeth since. So I'll tell you that at the end, because you know, it's not just about wealth. It's not just about health. It's not just about self-defense. No one lives in a vacuum. Everything's sort of connected, and like I say in my other videos, if you haven't got your health, you haven't got your wealth, and if you haven't got your wealth, you haven't got your health. A vicious cycle. Not always the case, but you know, most cases. Yeah, guys, before I forget, if you can hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get my numbers up. I appreciate everybody who's subscribed. Appreciate everybody who watches these. You know, hopefully my videos do help. Sort of word of warning though, I'm also trying to, you know, make a living from doing this sort of stuff online. So, you know, obviously now and then I will be doing, you know, more sort of affiliate marketing videos, and you know, how to make money online. I use myself as a guinea pig. I, you know, I try things. I'm trying, these paid, what do you call them? Paid traffic. I'm trying a paid traffic, thing at the moment, and I'll let you know how that goes. Yes, I'll sort of test the waters. I'll be the guinea pig in various things. I'll try things out, and if they work, they work, and if they don't, I'll tell you guys about it. It seems like there's a lot of opportunity out there at the moment anyway, so I just looked into one actually. It's called, what was it called? CaptureClub.com. That looks like a scam as far as I can see. If there's anybody out there who is actually doing, you know, putting in the data entry of the captures and getting paid for it on CaptureClub.com, let me know. Because as far as I can see, it looks like a scam. I tried to get on there, and it said something like CaptureClub. It's not sending the information to me, you know, when I try to get onto the website, something like that. So yeah, I'd appreciate that if somebody is making money from CaptureClub.com. Okay, now, yes, self-defense. Guys, I'll leave all the links below to some of the, you know, all the, basically the material that you need from, or that they offer. I think they've just put out a recent one actually. It's called Phoenix, which is basically even more hardcore. It's just a, you know, another DVD of sort of hardcore, you know, close combat stuff, which is not for the faint-hearted, basically. That's the only one I haven't got, their latest one. I've got all the rest. Excuse me. A humbug. Okay, so forge your hands into hammers with this conditioning drill. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's basic. I mean, anybody who gets into any sort of self-defense, real self-defense, you want to condition your hands, your feet, everything, all parts of your body, so that you can withstand a bit of being hit. Okay. Yes, all the links below. As I say in my other videos, I've also got links to a thing called shungite, which is a sort of miracle mineral, really. It comes from, well, the best place to get it is Russia. That's where I got mine. I got a 500-gram bag of shungite powder. I've also got a shungite pendant around my neck. With the powder, you can make orgonite things and put some shungite powder in there. If you don't know what orgonite is, it's basically, disperses the EMF fields and Wi-Fi and helps with that. But shungite is, if I had to pick the two, I'd pick shungite, basically. I think it's more powerful. Orgonite is powerful, but I like shungite better. So I keep this powder, I put my 500 grams of powder in a sort of a old coffee bottle, and I pretty much put that by my bed. So I also turn off Wi-Fi at night. Make sure you turn off your Wi-Fi at night. Do not leave Wi-Fi on at night. There's various things that how that can cause harm to your body. So let's get into this. And there's also a thing called earthing. Have you guys haven't heard about earthing? Now I'm just telling you about these things because, well, I have got, obviously I've got affiliate links to all these things, but I use all these things myself. Okay? I know they work. Having said that, though, there may be some things like conferences and that I'll be having affiliate links to that I might not have. I've got one at the moment to do with EFT. I've tried that too, and that's one of the best healing, of the best healing techniques on the planet. EFT, Vietnam veterans used it to get rid of PTSD, etc. But earthing, yeah, guys, get into earthing. It'll, if you do any training at all, gym work, jogging, my brother just did a 10k run. He's like, what is he, 56 or something. He did 10k's in 40 minutes, which is pretty good. He earths now and then. It speeds up your recovery time, but you can sleep earth. It'll get your stress hormone cortisol. It'll bring that into a normalize that. It's just, if you don't know about earthing, get into it. Gets rid of all inflammation. You can earth inside. You don't have to be standing barefoot. You can also buy shoes shoes that are earthed all the time. So there you go. So getting back to this, let's have a look. It's pretty straightforward. You got to see your weapon, see your hands and body as a weapon, and you got to, as Damien says here, forge your weapons, right? Basically. Let's have a look. Okay. Just bear with me. Yeah, guys, and at the end I'll tell you about that. Once I tell you about how to keep your teeth good, the only reason you should have to go to a dentist is to get them cleaned. And even then, it's probably, just use baking soda or whatever. So, hopefully the sound is good on this.
Today I just wanted to show you just a couple of helpful hints to get this done. Now first, conditioning is this type of conditioning is most overlooked in all of hand-to-hand combat. Wearing wraps, hitting air, keeps students in the classroom, but it doesn't really do much for getting combat effectiveness. We train in the training system, we hit dummies, we hit targets, we're constantly hitting something, getting that dynamic feedback. To take it up a level, we concentrate on just conditioning the specific body parts. We have offensive and defensive targets, offensive and defensive conditioning. The offensive conditioning, anything to do with striking. So today we're looking at specifically the edge of hand. We've got our brick that you know from module, how to construct in Module 1 and Module 6. We've got our pad. We've got our just some cement blocks for height. We also have a pad underneath. Make sure this thing is moves. You need it. You need something when you're conditioning. Very important to absorb the shock. If you don't, if I just had it against the floor, what's going to happen is all that energy that's going into the target is going to get transferred back into my skeletal system. It's going to cause problems like arthritis and joint pain, which you really just don't want to. For the long term, you're going to be useless. So, that being said, when you start, let pain be your guide. With working the edge of hand, we're just working it just like you're forging. Don't think about actually striking the target. Just hit. Don't even have to think about dropping your weight into it. Just drop. And as you build up your tolerance, you start hitting it harder. Again, all areas can be worked. Your heel of hand, your knuckles, which is great to just make sure that your wrist is aligned with your front two knuckles when you're making contact with the pad. Everything, elbows. It's limitless of what you can do. Everything from your head, every striking surface. But just make sure when you're doing it to start off gradually, okay, and then build up the intensity. Don't, if you get blood, if you get pain, you get discoloration, you got to stop. If you hurt your hand, if you break a bone, you can't train. So everything over time, take it easy until you really start hammering home in this SOB. Again, in Module 1 and Module 6, we show you how to build this stuff up. But there are some questions, I'll answer some questions on the forum. Just keep it nice and steady.
Okay, so there you go, guys. Now I'll quickly tell you about how to keep your teeth good, make them strong. Okay, first thing you want to do, go and buy some neem oil. N-E-E-M. People usually put it on gardens to get rid of bugs and that. But brush your teeth with it, leave it on there for a while, and then spit it out, gurgle it out. But leave it on there for a while, gurgle it around, brush your teeth with neem oil, okay? Neem oil. Now, the other thing you want to do is you want to get some Epsom salts, EPs, S-O-M, salts. People usually put this in their baths to make you relax in the bath, etc. What it is magnesium sulfate. Okay, it's cheap as chips, $1 a bag. Probably a 250 gram bag, a couple of dollars. Okay, then you want to get yourself some borax, B-O-R-A-X. Get a teaspoon of borax, 1 teaspoon of borax, put it in a liter of water, and 1 teaspoon of Epsom salts. Put that in a liter of water. So you mix it around in the, spring water or distilled water. Clean water as possible. Mix that. So what you've got in the liter of water is 1 teaspoon of borax, B-O-R-A-X, and 1 teaspoon of Epsom salts, okay, which is magnesium sulfate. That's the scientific name or whatever you want to call it. But if you go into shops, grocery shop, just ask for Epsom salts, E-P-S-O-M. Okay. You've put 1 teaspoon of borax into 1 liter of water, and in the same jar that you put the 1 teaspoon of borax, put 1 teaspoon of Epsom salts. Mix it all around. Give it a good mix, because the what is it? I think it's the borax tends to stick. So you give it a good stir. You can make it slightly warm water. Okay, now what you do, you've got that litre of water. Every time you, well, I'll say, start off an 8-ounce glass of water, first, when you wake up or whatever in the morning, in your water, take 1 teaspoon of that litre of water, 1 teaspoon of that, and mix it in with your glass. And then at night, then later on, once you get used to it, you can move up to whatever, a couple of teaspoons, and throughout the day, I probably altogether per day, I've worked up to it, probably have a couple of tablespoons a day. And just, brush them normally too, but do not use a toothpaste that's got fluoride in it, okay? Do not. That's a no-no. Okay, so there you go. Get some neem oil. I've got neem oil as a tree. Apparently somewhere in Africa or something, they noticed that this tribe was, true story, they noticed that this tribe used to walk around chewing sticks, and they never had teeth problems, and because it was from the neem tree. Once you get this, you'll see that's true. It's very powerful stuff. Even if you've got a toothache, now, get some neem oil, brush your teeth with it, sort of rinse it around, keep it in your mouth for a while. Teeth, maybe do that twice a day. Your toothache should disappear. So do that, guys, and yeah, it'll be up to you when you want to go to the dentist from then on.